throb as wheels spin over cobblestones that rattle the bikes and torture the riders. 7 hours on a bike is a test in itself. Racing across some of the oldest roads in northern France can make it a nightmare.
I really thought Roubaix it's one of the greatest races you can win. I think as classics go, it's probably the greatest.
These are 165 of the most grueling miles in sports. To be a great cyclist, you must win the Paris-Roubaix bike race.
Gifford, glad you're with us. Today, with the Paris-Roubaix bicycle race, we begin our cycling coverage that will culminate with the prestigious Tour de France in July. The Paris-Roubaix bike race evokes a tremendous sense of history, both as a part of sport and as a part of life. The race, which starts just outside of Paris, is the second oldest in cycling history. But 2 world wars interrupted the event, and the countryside surrounding the course was ravaged as France fought for its very survival. Perhaps that explains the passion the French have for the Paris-Roubaix. For both the race and the region have survived. And survival is what the 168 cyclists have on their minds as they prepare for the single most demanding day in their sport. To the British, Wimbledon is more than tennis. To the French, Paris-Roubaix is a bike race about history, tradition, and courage. For our story, here's Al Trautwig and Sam Posey.
On a map of France, this is just another road. They are, in fact, a series of cold ribbons that tie the history of this land together. If they were alive, these cobblestones would have weathered and wrinkled skin, but like an old sage to his grandson, they would speak riveting words of men who have tried for almost a century to conquer them, and of the hundreds of thousands who come out to watch them try. The stones would tell you, too, of the gilded carriage of Napoleon that chattered atop them, and of spirited soldiers whose mud-caked boots walked the cobbles into war. The French call these building blocks pavés, and the pavés have grown old but never die, each year becoming something to be scared of, almost a living, breathing factor in determining who will win a bicycle race called Paris-Roubaix. For the 87th time since 1896, the celebration of man heading out into the unknown of northern France begins. There are smells of baked bread and Bengay. The church bells ring. The race itself no longer starts in Paris, but in the history-rich city of Compiègne. This doesn't mean you'll endear yourself to any Frenchman by calling this cycling classic Compiègne-Roubaix. He'll simply ignore you. Tradition screams. Reality whispers. It remains, therefore, Paris-Roubaix. 168 riders representing 22 teams create the colorful, organized chaos that is the trademark of cycling. This initial stage, sort of a warm-up lap, is the prologue through the twisting asphalt of Compiègne. It is a crisp, cool Sunday morning, a perfect day for a simple 165-mile bike ride, and a welcome relief from the sleet, wind, and snow only 48 hours before. There are men down there who are millionaires because of their legs and their minds and their well-earned good luck. There are others who have literally ridden their bikes away from a factory job or work in the field, choosing instead to make the same modest wage, hoping for a special once-in-a-lifetime moment on a day like this. There is a gentle pace to the group as the flag is waved and the race officially begins. There is no charge to lead the pack. They will pass farms of potatoes, chicory, and sugar beets that could be Kansas, closed steel mills, and coal towns that could be West Virginia. But they will pass churches, cemeteries, villages, and families toasting with wine. This could only be France. The journey travels across land upon which events have occurred that have changed the world as we know it. The events that take place between Compiègne and Roubaix on the Belgian border will change the world as the cyclists see it. It is 165 miles at an average speed of 24 miles an hour. For now, the roads reveal the technology of the world, huge stretches of pavement where it is important to stay in the pack. Then they appear. Twisting through the fields, the riders pass over 22 sections of ancient cobblestones. If asphalt is like glass, the cobblestones are the moon. Vicious, dangerous, and mysterious, but possible. The cobblestones of northern France have become a playground for some. Two Irishmen, Sean Kelly and Stephen Roche. Kelly raised in an Irish farmhouse with a dirt floor, a two-time champion. For him, the tougher, the better. Next to him is Roche, toast of the Republic 2 years ago when he won the Tour de France. But sometimes he thinks pave is still a four-letter word. Laurent Fignon of France has also known Tour de France glory. His pursuit will be stylishly Parisian, ponytail, sailing in the breeze. For American Greg LeMond, winning the Tour de France was once the sternest test. Now, after a freak hunting accident and injuries, he is facing the challenge of a comeback. Two of the stars of the U.S.-based 7-Eleven team come from parts of the world where cycling is more than mere sport. Great Britain's Sean Yates and Otto Lauritzen, riding the cobblestones pales when compared to his stint as a commando in the Norwegian army. To the chagrin of the French, the story of Paris-Roubaix has been Belgian in nature. They have won here 44 times. Eddy Hooydonk, the hottest cyclist of 1989, leads a contingent of Belgians that would love to make it 45. The cycling season is long in distance and time. There are victories that mean little and some that mean more. The races are named for towns, countries, and now even rich entrepreneurs. But the people in Cooperstown, Louisville, Indianapolis, and Wimbledon know that history and tradition can't be bought at any cost. That is why when the time comes to return to the fabled arenas, there are those willing to pay a larger price to win. Something like Paris-Roubaix, where victory doesn't seem like a strong enough word.